Hey guys, welcome back to Waffle and War with Command Battle Win. I'm Azza, and I'm being joined today with Commander Joe
Hello.
and Commander Chris.
Hello.
And yes, we've just found that Discord has a soundboard now, so unfortunately, we might be interrupted fairly regularly. Okay. Yes, today we are focusing on Dark Angels as our little mini series of faction rules that we're these came out a little while ago now, and I'm a little bit late to the party, but Joe and Chris have very kindly waited to hold off for my army so I can give my input. So today we're going to do Dark Angels, and I think very soon after that we're going to do Orcs. Guys, I'm a little bit new to this. I have been listening to you, by the way, and
Good.
Chris, you were correct. While I've been away, I've painted the Imperial fence, and I think it is a bit Sons of Horus green.
Yes, I knew it. Sons of Horus Green.
A bit bluey green, a bit wishy washy, a bit yeah. It's a nice color in a garden. I don't think it's a nice color for power armor though. Don't tell Horus.
You know, I agree. I think it looks a bit too weak.
Yeah, a bit baby blue.
Yeah, a bit too a bit too like they come in and they're like, face the might of the Sons of Horus, and they're gonna, oh, look at the cute little space
Yeah,
marine.
look at their lovely pastel shades.
We're just getting too warm. We're getting too warm in our the power armor. We had to lighten the colours up.
That's it. Yeah, I want it to look fabulous. Anyway, boys, you're gonna have to guide me. Dark Angels. They got some rules out a little while ago, a bit late to the party, but we're going to go through them. We've got the data sheets up, or at least I've got mine up. Joe, I don't.
Yeah.
You said again, listeners, I've been listening to these guys on Spotify whilst I've not been waffling and warring, and you said you'd put something on screen at the time. Are you still going to do that?
It's currently on screen as we speak on the old YouTubes. If you want to visually see what we're discussing, head over to YouTube and watch us on there. If you're on Spotify, obviously.
I mean, I can watch it at the same time. So
It's
I
not.
can see whether you're doing the right sheets.
No, it's not live streaming at the moment, so it's pre-recorded. So I will record it and then upload it. Otherwise,
no, sorry, I've let everyone see behind the curtain already.
otherwise, I mean, we tried live streaming it once, and the quality was just bad.
And the other thing is that we do lean into an inappropriate joke every now and then. I don't know if anyone's noticed. So we do by
For the
doing a
live stream, a bit,
pre-recorded.
yeah.
Yeah, we can take out anything that's a bit too extreme. You know, if we have that moment where we say a particularly bad joke and then we get a, we can take it out.
How long have you been waiting to do that?
Let's just say I've just quickly formulated how I could ease that into the conversation.
Oh snap! I think me and Azza both did the sad horn then.
No. I was tempted to do. That's what she said.
Ah.
Oh.
Nicely done. Right, come on then. So the
Yeah,
detachment
we're scare
rules.
off our only fans. Well, no, not only fans. Our only fan.
So your Unforgiven Task Force. That's what your Dark Angels detachment thingy-bob is.
Is correct. If we have Dark Angel stuff, that's good. Yeah. So the chapter tactic, or what are we calling this now?
I don't really know.
Ability. It's Grim Resolve. That's the name of the one from 8th and 9th, and probably before.
Yeah.
But the Grim Resolve now, rather than if you stand still, you get +1 to hit, which was quite good. And before that, I think it was something with plasma. But now it's if you are battle shocked, change your objective control to 1 instead of 0.
Oh shit, that's going to be really helpful.
It is, but it doesn't sound very fun.
It doesn't sound very fun, but like in terms of points equals prizes,
Yeah.
you
Although,
know,
yeah,
you fail your.
Sorry, Chris.
Sorry, I was going to say, yeah, you fail your battle shock test, but then you can still hold on to an objective.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good, useful.
Absolutely. But Joe, you pointed out that in the rules, if you get tabled, the points don't matter.
Yeah. Saw that today.
So is that just general rules, or is that like crusade rules, or
As far as I'm aware,
Combat control.
that's just general rules. I didn't see in which context it was. Somebody just did a screenshot on Reddit.
Right.
So we would need to RTF them that, obviously, but
Yeah.
But I guess Grim Resolve, it is quite thematic with the chapter. They're meant to be sort of, they will do their duty no matter what. Kind of, if there's Tyranids eating their ears or whatever, they'll just still stand there holding a flag.
and they will.
Still not moving.
They're not bothered what kind of biomass they're chomping down on.
Exactly.
Giggity. Right.
A little lower, a little lower.
A little lower, a little lower.
So, okay, Grim Resolve, I think it could work quite nicely. It's not the most flashy chapter tactic or whatever it's called, but I think we can make it work, and hopefully we can win some games because of it.
I think so too.
So the stratagems, what have we got? Unforgiven Fury. Until the end of the shooting or fight phase, give them lethal hits. Now, as you guys pointed out in a previous episode, I have been doubling down on the rules in terms of making cheat sheets. And I still can't remember what lethal hits is. Lethal hits is automatic wounds on critical hits. And for us, that means critical hits are a 6 unless it's otherwise specified, I think.
Something like that.
So auto wounds on 6s for 1 CP. That's okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I guess it's.
I can imagine that the 10th edition and a lot of these data sheets, it's starting to feel like we're going to be losing units very quickly.
Yeah,
I think these games are going to whittle down very fast.
I think that's a good thing. We'll see.
Yeah,
it might be a little bit frustrating because you've painted your new unit and it easily gets shot off the table. And I do apologise. The Unforgiven Fury is a critical hit of a 5+.
Oof.
Oh yes, so it is.
Okay, well that makes it a little bit better.
On a battle shocked, it says current units from your army are currently battle shocked until the end of the phase. Each model on a 5+ gets a critical hit.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm skim reading, but you're keeping me focused. So that's good.
Armor of Contempt is interesting.
I never used it. Well, obviously did use it because it was applied to all Space Marines, but I didn't like it in 9th edition. I just thought it was extra things to remember.
Yeah, it didn't. Doesn't Chaos have a Armor of Contempt, Chris? Didn't we discuss this yesterday?
I think it wasn't called that, but it was similar kind of setup.
Yeah, we discussed it yesterday. It's being uploaded today, and this video is probably going to be uploaded tomorrow. So yes, so technically yes, yesterday. That was confusing.
Okay. Well,
It makes me think of that episode of The Big Bang Theory where they talked about past tense, present tense, and they're like, has would have been.
Oh dear. Anyway, intractable.
What we got there? Movement phase can fall back, shoot, and charge.
That sounds like Ultramarine tactics right there.
It does. Yeah. Shy away from the battle. Yep, that's definitely an Ultramarine thing.
Yep, no more though, because the Ultramarines don't have that anymore.
Do they not?
Nope, the Ultramarines don't have anything specific. Neither do any of the ones that are what is it to the Codex? They're loyal to the Codex.
Codex compliant chapters.
Compliant? Yeah, that one.
That's the one. Yeah. So that's not a generic Space Marine strat then.
Nope, this is a Dark Angel specific one. Specific.
No, but I mean, that could be in the other Codex as well. But yeah. Okay. Right. Fire discipline. What we got? Range weapons have assault, heavy, and ignores cover.
Holy shit.
That sounds good because heavy is +1 to your ballistic skill if you stand still. Is that
right? Hang on. I believe so. Yes. Yep.
Assault. I mean, I love assault now. No penalty. You just can advance and shoot.
Yeah, it's good. That is.
That's gonna be helpful. That's gonna be good for getting like sort of into the battle, getting a hold of those objectives early.
Yep. And it's also one less thing to remember because I used to forget sometimes
that you -1 hits. Yeah, absolutely.
Although when me and Azza forget, it's an accident. Whereas when Joe does it, it's because it's his interpretation of the rules.
Oh.
Oh, you should never have pointed this out.
No,
It's
you
only going to get
shouldn't.
worse because we know how to add our own custom sounds, and we're going to add our own custom sounds. Okay, so yeah, your fire discipline is awesome. I'm very jealous of that because I don't have access to it.
Ignores cover.
Yep.
So benefit of cover now is literally just -1 or add 1 to your saving throw. Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Regardless of the terrain, I think they've simplified it. I've not made a cheat sheet for cover yet, so I can't tell you.
No, I think the only difference is you can't do something if you've got a saving throw of 2+ or 3+ or something. There's a limit. There's a restriction on that rule.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Right, what else we got?
So
Grim
just quickly as well, I'm pretty sure there was a chaos stratagem which was exactly the same as that assault heavy with ignores cover. When we would,
Yeah, probably.
these are very. It sounds like the Dark Angels are very chaosy.
Almost like
Yeah.
they may have been tempted a little bit.
I was wondering how long it'd take before this came out.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, why pick a side when you can have best of both worlds?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Very true. Very true. Okay, so we've got fire discipline, grim retribution. That one is you can shoot just after an enemy unit has shot. So that's a sort of little retaliation kind of stratagem.
That sucks. I don't like this. Unless I'm on your side and we're allies, then I like it.
But it must target the enemy that's just attacked it. So it's a kind of vengeance type thing.
It's definitely like a retaliation.
And didn't Death Guard have that? Don't Death Guard have that?
Death Guard, which again is a very chaos. Is a chaos legion.
Yeah.
It's like we did Space Marines, we've done chaos, and now we've done the
sort of the middle bit of the Venn diagram.
the grey area.
Oh dear.
Okay, unbreakable lines. Last one, that is subtract 1 from damage. And I believe
so basically disgusted and resilient.
Sorry, Chris. I did listen to your Death Guard one, and I agree. Death Guard have been a little bit
screwed over.
Yeah, I think that's the appropriate way of phrasing it.
Look, you've just got to remember the armies have been stripped of all of their previous abilities and recreated. The Ultramarines have lost their fallback and shoot ability, and I'm not sour about that at all.
No, someone admire you, Joe, for how well you've taken that. Actually.
Oh, do you know what, Chris? Just cough.
Well, I'll have you know, right? I've taken the fact that every other army learned how to become resilient just to the point where Death Guard forgot incredibly well. I haven't been bitter about it at all.
Meanwhile, back at Games Workshop headquarters, they're all well done. Well done. Every army is disgustingly resilient apart from Death Guard. Well done, guys. We did it. Well done.
Well, so
anyway,
basically, Dark Angels have now got the Ultramarines fall back and shoot, and the Death Guard disgustingly resilient.
Best of both worlds.
That is literally Hover's best of both, isn't it?
50-50 right there.
That's all of it. Yeah.
Anyway, right. So, Azra, are you aware what enhancements are?
Is it like warlord traits?
Yes, yeah, and they cost points instead of command points. So, like 20, 30, 35. You know what I mean?
Okay, good. And there's not that many of them. I like this.
Yes.
We're going through at a good pace. I like this.
We're at 15 minutes. You've got another 15 minutes until I stop recording. So come on, chop.
I've not done data sheets yet. All right, let's blitz through this. Shroud of Heroes. First time the bearer is destroyed on a 2+, set it back up with 3 wounds remaining.
What?
Oh, that's like Necron resurrection protocols.
Yeah, that was on the Necron thing. They've literally Dark Angels just stealing the best of everything.
Looks like it.
You've heard it here first, folks. If you want an army that's going to win, Go for Dark Angels. That's where my money is.
Heavenfall Blade looks pretty good.
What's that? Add 1 to attack, strength, and damage of bearer's melee weapons. And whilst battle shocked, add 2 to the attack, strength, and damage.
We need that sound
So
effect.
are you getting rewarded for being battle shocked now?
Yes. Yeah.
So while everyone else gets penalised, you get to continue to hold. You're literally going to be sat there going, "Come on, fail the battle shock."
No, only a success. So be successfully battle shocked. Surely, no, you're quite right. It doesn't say actually whether you pass or fail, but I need to read the battle shock.
No, I assume the definition of being battle shocked is to fail the battle shock test.
That's how I'm reading it.
That makes sense.
So you
I'll
beat
pipe
below
down.
half strength and failed the roll. Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, so you get to secure objectives, and you get all these buffs for failing the battle shock. You're going to be the only army that's disappointed if you pass a battle shock test.
Very true. Very true. And it's nice because the captain with the wings that I made, that was like the Asriel proxy until Asriel came out, that I took to the Winter's Battle. He's got a Heavenfall blade.
Oh,
that came in the Dark Angels upgrades brew, the original one. So I gave him that blade.
Nice.
Might have to take that regardless. Right. What else we got? Stubborn tenacity. Bearers leading a unit each time the unit makes an attack. Add 1 to the hit roll. And
goodness.
If it's below its starting strength, half.
And it's battle shocked.
And add 1 to the roll as well if it's battle shock. So yeah, another battle shock bonus.
Bloody hell.
Your next one, I'm just gonna read it for you. That's also while the unit is battle shocked as well.
Whilst the unit battle shocked,
4
feel
plus.
no pain.
You get a 4+ feel no pain, and if it's not, you get a 6+ feel no pain.
And just clarify for me, feel no pain is after you've done your saving throw, isn't it?
Yep. It's the old disgustingly resilient where you shrug off wounds.
So we've got disgustingly resilient. We've got reanimation protocols. We've got fall back and shoot, and we've got the other disgustingly resilient thing.
You've got the old and the newer disgustingly resilient. You basically just you have literally got the best of everything, haven't you?
That is what would be the center between Chaos and Space Marine.
This is where the chaos and the organized come together in perfect synergy and harmony to form devastation on many levels.
So in 11th edition, then the Dark Angels will be chaos, right? Because they're slowly getting there.
I've been listening to the Lion, Son of the Forest book, and it's quite nice actually. We're not talking about it today though. I think we've talked about it before anyway, but yes, there is a little bit of a blurred line there.
A little bit of a blurred line. I've spoken like a true politician there.
A true, not quite chaos, not quite Imperium.
So
yeah, just like it's like, just Lion, are you chaos? And it's just avoiding the question completely and talking about free school meals.
Exactly. So, have you picked five models that you would like to have a look at, or a minimum of 5? Yeah.
Okay, so my models of choice will probably not be too interesting to most of the listeners because they're ones that I've painted. So Asriel, I've literally just finished. So I'm going to put some pictures on Instagram a little bit later. CBW_Azza. Of my new Asriel. I'm going to pick Ezekiel because I played as kit bashed Ezekiel against Winters and he did really well. And I don't think he's as good anymore. I've got Lazarus.
Shall we have a look at as in? Did you want to go through the data sheets? Have a little look to see what abilities to go.
I'm listing them now, so you guys know in advance.
Oh, okay. You just shout the page numbers when you're ready.
All right, Deathwing Knights because they look awesome. I've never done anything with Ravenwing or Deathwing yet, so maybe just a sort of Deathwing Terminator squad because once we get Leviathan, I'm going to have to make Deathwing Terminators.
Yes, you bloody are. Now,
excellent. Okay.
Asriel, have you seen what weapons he's got and what abilities that weapon holds. It's pretty insane, I think.
Anti-infantry 4+. So the anti one, mortal wounds on a 4+ against infantry.
Is that what that means?
So anti-keyword X on my datasheet. Unmodified wound rolls of X, which is 4+. So unmodified wound rolls of 4+ against the target with the matching keyword, infantry, become mortal wounds.
Well, I didn't. I thought that was if you were firing at infantry, you got 4 extra shots, but that makes more sense. That's awesome.
There is another rule like that. I forget which one it is though. I think it's sustained hits X or something like that.
Yes, you are. Critical hits score an additional number of hits on the target. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's pretty. Okay. That's good to know. It's good to know.
That's good. So
that's going to be again. That's going to be ridiculous.
Mm.
Okay, Joe. So you're going to be playing Dark Angels first.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing I want to clarify, because the Lion's Wrath was a combi plasma, so it's a bolt gun and plasma combined into one, but it's not really got that on the datasheet. It's just this kind of 2-shot weapon.
Yeah, but it's also got infantry plus 4. It's got devastating wounds, which a critical wound inflicts mortal wounds equal to the weapon's damage characteristics instead of any normal damage. Plus rapid fire, which is double shots at half range, isn't it? Rapid fire. So that's
only just 2 attacks, but ballistic skill 2+, pretty good. Strength 8's pretty good. AP -3 is not bad. Damage 2's okay. It's pretty good then.
That's a good fucking weapon.
What's his sword of secrets? Devastating wounds. So that's nice. 6 attacks, 2+, strength 6, AP -4, damage 2. I like that. Okay, good. So that's a nice little set of weapons. So Supreme Grandmaster, he leading a unit has sustained hits 1. What's sustained hits? Let me tell you. Critical hit rolls add X additional hits. So
they get an extra
on a 6.
On extra attack on a 6. Okay.
If you're leading a unit. So if you jump into a unit Hellblasters,
for example, punching,
that means that if you were to shoot, so it says weapons. So if you were to shoot, and you roll, then you're going to get extra hits with it.
Extra hits with the hell. Okay.
Well, hang on. Hold your horses. Can he join Hellblasters?
Yes.
Yes, he can. Oh.
Yep, Hellblaster squad. So you could join some Hellblasters.
Oh, he's going to do some damage.
Roll 4 6s, and you've got 4 extra shots coming in.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Wow.
So much.
Also,
so he's going to be glued to my Hellblasters then.
Basically, that's where we'll find Ezreal hanging out with the Hellblasters.
And you also, I think, gain an additional CP at the start of your command phase, and so every command phase in the game, you both sides get 1 command point. So does that mean you get 2 command points?
1, yeah.
That's cool.
So he's meant to be like a master tactician, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, extra command points, so then I can be more disgustingly resilient.
Yep.
But he also has a 4+ invul save for him and his squad. And my Watcher in the Dark gives a feel no pain 4+ against mortal wounds. And I think that's a one-time thing. Yeah. But I've glued my watch. Yeah, I had 2 minds about that. I thought maybe keep the Watcher in the Dark as a separate model and then sort of remove it afterwards. So any one-time abilities, it's like a token at that point. But never mind. Okay, I like
that little baby Yoda that is got next to him.
Baby Yoda.
That's a little baby Yoda if I ever saw one.
So
he's even green and cream.
That's it. My Azrael is wearing his helmet, and the baby Yoda is holding his sword scabbard.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that looks cool. All right, okay, that's Azrael done. How are we doing for time?
24 minutes.
Oh dear. Okay, well,
we can run over by 5.
Gets 2 as a thumbs up.
Nice.
2 as a thumbs up.
Okay, Ezekiel, what we got? So
what page is Ezekiel on?
He's on 13.
Thank you.
Okay, yes, 13.
Oh.
Librarian.
I like his paint job.
That's
picture.
that's the old version, so I suspect he'll get replaced at some point.
Maybe in 12th edition, right? Am I right?
Hopefully, next spring when they do the refresh.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Right, Mind Wipe, Witchfire. So devastating wounds, precision. So precision's good, isn't it? You can target the HQ or the leader.
That's good.
Yes, the leader. Yeah.
So again, this one with the arrow, we've realised if it's got the arrows next to it, you choose one of them basically, and if you haven't got arrows, it's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you choose your Mind Wipe or Witchfire or Focused, depending on which one you're going to use. You can't use both.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Because there was something on mine yesterday, wasn't there? One of the date sheets, and it was you use both.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh well. No. Okay. So focused Witchfire is exactly the same, apart from you get the anti-character 4+. So that means you can give mortal wounds on a 4+ against characters.
Ooh.
Have you seen his Traitor's Blade as well? Bane, sorry.
Traitor's Bane, anti-chaos. Nice.
Yeah.
On a
2+.
Anti-chaos mortal wounds on a 2+.
Yeah. To
Is
chaos,
the
obviously.
anti-chaos so you can keep your secrets?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, are you with us now?
Now, interestingly, earlier on we were talking about weapon profiles holding the psychic characteristics. Now, he's got a psychic hood, so he's got, I read that, I could be wrong, is he's got a 4+ feel no pain against psychic attacks. So if you attack him with a psychic based weapon, like a force staff, he gets a 4+ invul save against that.
Okay, so that makes sense why they're suddenly on the melee weapons right and psychic next to it.
That's how I would interpret that.
Love it. But just to clarify, it says, whilst it's leading a unit, models in that unit have feel no pain 4+ against psychic attacks. So that means he doesn't. Is that right?
Oh, I don't know. But then again, saying that, you can't target him anyway. So if he's in a squad, his bodyguards take all the damage. So that makes sense.
I think it might mean that they join together as one unit. So when it says models in that unit, it includes him, but I'm not sure.
But you wouldn't allocate the damage to him anyway because he's leading the unit. That the bodyguards would take it.
Unless someone had a what is it?
Precision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
And D6 is quite swingy for a psychic attack, isn't it? You know, it could be 1, could be 6.
Yeah. Sorry, just taking my keys out of my pocket. If that came through on the mic.
All good. Okay, well, it seems like he could be quite good. I don't know yet. Engulfing Fear in shooting phase, select one enemy unit within 18 inches, and it must take a battle shock test.
That's good.
Nice. Okay, good. And the Book of Salvation.
Not Salivation. I read that as Salivation a second ago. I was like, what? This book is wet.
While it's leading unit, add 1 to attacks of the melee weapons.
Have you seen what units he can lead and how useful that's going to be against an assault squad?
Assault squad, command squad, tactical squad, vanguard vet squad. So all dwarf marines.
Assault squad is... Oh, no, it's not the assault... Yeah, you're right. It's not dwarf marine. I thought I read that assault intercessors.
Oh, he's useless to me at the minute then.
Fortunately. Unless you kit bash a vanguard veteran squad, which you were doing, weren't you, at one point?
No, it was a combat veteran. Oh, no, wait. It was a specific Dark Angels one, which is gone now.
Oh.
The Dark Angels one could take like a combat shield. I don't know. There's something a bit different about.
So you won't be bringing him as much then?
I guess I can't. I'll have to stick with my Primaris Librarian.
Ooh.
They might change it in the spring, so
yeah.
Let's carry on. We'll skip Asmodai because I'm guessing that's another sort of dwarf marine specific guy. Lazarus. I've only ever played him once, and it was on Tabletop Simulator.
Oh yeah.
Against you, Chris, and he had this sort of anti-psyker thing.
Oh.
Which made it very nasty against your malignant plague caster.
Have you seen?
Yeah.
Have you seen what you can do though? A 3+ feel no pain against psychic attacks and mortal wounds. You can save from mortal wounds with his spirit shield helm.
Well, he has to make up for just having a bolt pistol, I suppose.
Oh dear.
But he's got his melee weapons an anti-psych 2+.
Yeah, that's pretty mean.
So I'm guessing that means if he goes up against a psycho, he gets an extra 2 something to.
No, it's 2+ for
No.
mortal wounds, dude.
So if he rolls a 2 or above on a wound roll, then it becomes a mortal wound.
Holy shit, son!
And it's
Keep him away from my psychos, please.
what's he do when he leads a unit? Let's have a look. If a model in that unit is destroyed by melee attack, if it's not fought on a 4+, don't remove it from play. It can fight and then remove. Okay, so basically, on a 4+, when a model gets destroyed, it can fight back.
You're more likely going to pay Lazarus, aren't you, than the other dude?
Ezekiel,
yeah.
Well, he can take Primaris stuff, can't he?
Yeah.
His Blade Guard veteran of Infern. So he'd be better with the Blade Guards, I'm guessing, because he's a melee unit himself.
Or the Assault Intercessors.
Yeah. I've not painted mine actually. So he'll be going with the Blade Guard because I'm painting them next.
Nice.
Good. Okay, next on the chopping block is the Deathwing Terminator squad. So that's page 25.
Page 25.
Quite a lot of Deathwing units, and again, apologies to the listeners. I don't really play with anything apart from Green Wing at the minute, so all this is a little bit new. I'm not
what
even
the channel's
sure
about.
Yeah. I'm not even sure what makes the Deathwing Terminators unique, because before they had that transhuman physiology, which meant only wound on a 4 or above. But I'm not sure what they've got that's special now.
Do you still get Oath of Moment?
Yeah, I've seen it, faction Oath of Moment.
That's the one where you can choose a unit to re-roll all your pits and stuff on.
But that's the Space Marine detachment rule, like yours is the Unforgiven or whatever it's called.
Basically,
so have they got their own? That's interesting.
It didn't mention it, did it? At the start.
No,
they all have it.
Well, that's the overall faction rule, though, isn't it? Detachment rule. Sorry.
Are you surprised they've stolen yet another thing?
So do they get Oath of Moment as well as Grim Resolve?
I must do.
I'm looking through some of them. Oh yeah, they've all got Oath of Moment. Oh, that's crap.
So they basically said, "We'll see your standard Space Marines, and we'll raise you with a Grim Resolve too."
Love it.
Comments below if we've got that wrong.
Unless only certain models have got the restrictions. Army include Dark Angels, but cannot use Astartes and other chapters. I don't know. Yeah, unless some of them have only got Grim Resolve and others don't. I don't know. Don't know.
Maybe you probably need to look at your troopy based ones for the Grim Resolve. Maybe it's because they're the ones you're going to be using to try and capture the objectives with.
Your battle line. They're called battle line, aren't they now?
Yeah. Well, they've always been battle line actually, because the Horus Heresy refers to them as battle line Marines.
Interesting that is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't know. Oh well. If somebody can enlighten us in the comments below as to whether they get the Oath of Moment and Grim Resolve, or whether it's one or the other, that would be very interesting.
Maybe the Karen that we keep insulting. we'll make up with you if you tell us.
I wonder if you're just solid death. Who are they? Dark Angels. I wonder if you're just solid Dark Angels. You can choose Grim Resolve, and then if you've got some other ones outside of this code, I don't know. I really don't know. So if you bring, I don't know.
I'll look it up before we play.
My head hurts. Where were we? Page 25. Deathwing.
Deathwing Terminator Squad. The Deathwing ability is you can ignore any or all modifiers to ballistic skill or weapon skill characteristics and the hit roll. So if you've got something that makes it like +1 to hit or something, or -1 to hit, should I say?
Your guy's like, nah, mate, still gonna do it, bruv.
Yeah. So if you're shooting through into ruins or something, you don't have to take a penalty.
And it also says if you've used Oath of Moment, add 1 to your hit roll.
So Oath of Moment, I think you can only choose one unit, can't you, at a time?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
it would make sense, though, narratively, that Dark Angels would still make Oaths of Moments. It's not that's not like an Ultramarine specific.
Well, it's a Space Marine specific thing. It's all of the people that the Codex.
Sorry, Joe. It's not a Space Marine. It's an Astartes.
It's an Astartes. I know, but it's a Space Marine detachment specific rule, Christopher.
But I think you'll find that Astartes first.
That's the faction keyword. Anyway, piece of shit. Come on.
All right.
Hey, you meant to say piece of it.
Oh, you absolute piece of.
Oh, dear. Right.
Next model, 36 minutes. We're in. Come on, we can do this.
We've already gone over.
I know.
Oh yeah, but we get extra play for stoppages for pressing buttons.
Yes.
Okay. Next one is the next page, Deathwing Knights. So these are the ones that I built and then didn't like how small they were compared to the Primaris Marines, and then tried to kit bash them onto some Primaris proxy resin models, and then thought, oh, they're bringing out Terminators now, so I won't bother.
And the guy in the middle just wants to give a hug, or the guy on the left, sorry, just wants to give you a hug.
He does, yeah. Quite a simple data sheet because they are literally a melee unit that are meant to be really difficult to kill. So 2+ save, 4+ invul save. Devastating wounds on the guys on Huggy Bear's mace. Mace Absolution. Lots of attacks. Weapon skill 2+, strength 6. Not much AP, but I guess they are maces. They're not meant to penetrate armor much. 2 and 3 damage. They seem quite chunky.
And also, their abilities are pretty mean as well, dude.
Inner circle, subtract 1 from the damage.
Disgustingly resilient.
Yeah. Okay. We have a Watcher in the Dark, which has a feel no pain against mortal wounds, just once per battle. Yeah.
See, the Watcher in the Dark, is he basically like a meat shield as they quickly pick it up and it takes all the shots and then they throw it to one side and off they go?
They're very vague about it in the stories, but it's just like some little dudes. You never see their faces or anything. They're always in little robes, and they just say cryptic things and then do something with the warp and then disappear again.
Are they baby cherub? Is it cherubs? You know, the little babies that they used to have in the original ones that flying around?
No, they were meant to be actual babies that had been like hooked up to machines in some really grim, dark thing that they've kind of steered away from now.
Yeah, but the Dark Angels have just chucked a cloak on and gone, yeah, I'd be right.
They don't look like babies now, actually. We've entered a scary new age. What's that, another millennium? No, just the age of the snowflake and cancel culture.
Quick, stick a sheet on it.
Look, it's a friendly ghost.
Anyway.
But yes, they are very cute little robed little things.
Are we going to discuss the lion?
Yes, actually, maybe we should. That was 5 though. That was my 5. We got the bonus lion because
bonus lion, yeah.
I didn't want to talk about him because still not got him, but
sore subject still.
A very sore subject. Right?
All secrets revealed.
Now I saw in the new app that he's like 380 points or something mental. So I don't know how good this is for the points. But let's have a look. 10 wounds. Oh, he's speedy at 8-inch movement.
I'm going to grab the Gilliman data sheet so we can compare.
Yeah, do it.
We did this with, was it Abaddon yesterday? Chris?
Yeah, Abaddon.
Yeah, Abaddon.
Yeah,
sorry.
then I got a bit confused on which weapon we were discussing.
So Martial Exemplar. Add one to hit rolls for. Oh, it's an aura. There's not many models with auras now, is there?
Most of mine have got aura abilities.
Okay.
I think a lot of it's psychic or HQs.
Well, I like that the Death Guard have aura abilities because it's meant to be like a stink cloud around them, isn't it?
Yeah, that's cool. And I do like the fact that we've retained the -1 to toughness within aura ability for Death Guard.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Yeah. So
Although I shouldn't say that too loudly because Dark Angels might steal it.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, just let you know that I've got Gilliman's data sheet up ready.
Okay, so movement 8 inches.
Yep, same.
Toughness 9.
Same.
Save 2.
Same.
Wounds 10.
I can just save you the hassle. They're all the stats are the same at the top.
Okay, but my way was more suspenseful.
I know.
That
I
was
know.
more suspenseful.
I'm sorry.
As someone who's not looking at both data sheets, I was following what you said.
I'm very, very sorry. I just, thought I'd save you the
Being
time.
efficient. Yeah.
I was, yeah.
The problem is, Joe, you had this idea, you thought it was going to be great, but
Oh dear, too much power is in your hands, Christopher, right now.
Hey, can you see
me? Yes, put it down. We're doing a podcast.
It's a family-friendly one.
Anyway, sorry. Azza, you may continue now.
Thank you. Let's have a look. So his weapon looks pretty insane. His melee weapon, 8 attacks for a strike or 16 for a sweep. Lethal hits on the strike, and lethal hits was critical hit rolls automatically wound. But the strength's 12, so it's probably going to wound anyway.
So here's a good example of what we were talking about yesterday. So you've got the option to choose one or the other.
Yes.
Yeah, your data sheet for his weapon is very similar to Gilliman's, and he doesn't have the little arrows on there.
Which means he can do both.
Yeah. So how does that
just have the fists, didn't he?
He's got the Emperor's sword and he's got the Hand of Domination.
Yeah, the flaming sword.
Yeah.
So he can use both. Yeah. Well, presumably he has less attacks on his sword.
So the Hand of Domination is 7 attacks with a +2 weapon skill, strength of 14, AP -4, damage is 4.
Bloody hell.
With lethal hits on that as well.
So that's basically like the strike one, but a bit more strong and 1 less attack. Okay.
But it does 4 damage instead of your 2 damage.
Finally a bit where Az is feeling like Dark Angels aren't.
No. I need. Well, I should have got the Gilliman data sheet up as well, but
you've got time. And then the Emperor's sword is devastating wounds. That's got 14 attacks. You've got 16 attacks for your sweep. You've got more attacks on the sweepy attack rather than the strikey attack.
But you can use both, and you can only use one.
Yeah, it doesn't really make much sense. And my sword is 8. Your sweeping is 6. I don't know. It would make sense that you could do both, but in terms of like Abaddon or whatever his name is, and Gilliman's, and maybe some of his other abilities do something cool.
Well, that's it. The Emperor's shield, so he's got a 3+ invul save, but I think Gilliman does as well, doesn't he?
4+.
Okay, so that might be one of the reasons. And the Emperor's shield bounces back mortal wounds, doesn't it?
Does it? Interesting. Oh yes, it does.
That will probably be why you then don't get both profiles, maybe.
That makes sense. That's pretty mean.
If you save on a 6, then it sends a mortal wound.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's where it's evened out.
It's got deep strike.
Yeah.
The hell? How the hell's he got?
Because-
Is that because he's been hiding for so fucking long?
No, no. In the
Joe's
story,
good.
so in the story, he develops this ability, like because he comes back and no one really explains why, but he sort of wakes up in what looks like the forest of Caliban. Obviously, Caliban's been destroyed, and he sort of walks for a while, and he ends up on a planet. And there's this mystical sort of watcher in the dark kind of realm that he can
What you mean is he came
teleport.
across Yoda and got taught the ways of the ways of the Jedi.
Teleporting, you can.
Yeah, it sounds really cheesy, but basically all this sort of green smoke appears. He walks into it, disappears, and then he teleports out somewhere else.
I remember Valrak saying that the Watchers, he thought that the Watchers were the ones that were saving the lion.
Yeah.
And took him off.
Because they're in the deep bowels of the rock, which is the Dark Angel's home asteroid or fragment of their original planet. So that's where they were keeping the lion and keeping Luther as well.
So cool.
Mm.
Anyway,
so yeah, we've got alternate stuff. So Gilliman's obviously going to be an absolute monster, but the lion can defend himself a bit better, I guess.
Yeah, the Gilliman can get up again if you kill him with 6 wounds remaining.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah.
That's gonna be mean.
That's over half strength.
Yep. And he has a bodyguard ability, much like yours, so they both get the same, that the lone operative ability for infantry. So they can't be shocked if they are 12, unless they are 12 inches away.
Within 12 inches of the attacker.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of a decision to make with the line. That section at the bottom on the left, Primarch of the First Legion, you choose one of those at the start of your command phase, each command phase. So what have we got? When your opponent targets a unit from their army with a stratagem, but before its effects are resolved, if it's within 12 inches of the lion, I get 1 CP for you using a stratagem, and you have to take a battle shock test.
That's pretty cool.
And it says if you fail the battle shock test, you become battle shocked, and the stratagem fails.
And they still cost the CP, I imagine. That's cool. That's a cock block and a half, isn't it? Really?
Yeah,
it's going to be quite the quite interesting to see Dark Angels in action. To be fair.
Yeah.
But one of the other choices you get, the Martial Exemplar add 1 to the hit roll for melee attacks within 6 inches. That's okay. But this other one, within 6 inches, models have a feel no pain 4+ against mortal wounds.
Now, the key thing I would take from there is it doesn't say choose a model, so it's everybody within 6 inches.
Yeah, while a friendly unit is within 6 inches.
Yeah.
So that unit gets. Bloody hell.
That's nice. Shame he's so expensive.
Well, I can see why, if I'm honest.
I think he's worth it.
Yeah.
I think what you actually buy in there with the points isn't the model itself. You just buy the ability to win the game.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting sort of 1v1 against Gilliman there, because he's got some tricky little abilities rather than just being all out ready to attack on the data sheet, even though his attacks are pretty good.
We'll have to do it once you get it.
Yeah, if he ever arrives. No, he'll definitely arrive soon. They said as soon as Leviathan drops, then they'll be looking to ship the line out.
Good.
Well, I mean, when you said there's a decision to be made, and then started talking about the Primarch of the First Legion abilities there, I thought you were going to say there's a decision to be made, which is to track down whichever YouTubers are close enough and go and steal their line off them, because that's the only way you're going to get hold of it.
It is that way at the minute. I've not even looked at eBay. Oh.
eBay, last time I looked, there was one like for £600. There was a seller that was selling it for 200, 400, and 600. Just one seller.
Yeah, I've got to feed my kids somehow.
Wow. Yeah. Right, so that's a good rundown of the Dark Angels, man. Are you excited to play them? What's your thoughts and feelings? Excited? I'm excited.
I feel like, I've not done any of the Raven Wing stuff, like the bikes, the speeders, and that's something I've never looked into.
Have you seen the jets that they've got?
Yeah, the Nephilim fighters and the Dark Talons.
Awesome.
Yeah, they are pretty cool.
their land speeders look really, really cool. They look like something that you would see out of Shield. They look like the big hover thing that Shield have. That big unit, not Shield, unit. Is it Shield or unit? From the Marvel universe, they've got that big flying thing, don't they? Wherever all the superheroes sit on.
Shield.
Yeah, Shield's like the organization. Yeah, I know what you mean though. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to Leviathan to finally having some Terminators because that's something I've held off for but wanted since getting back into the hobby.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Leviathan as well.
And it's coming today technically because it'll be uploaded tomorrow hopefully. So technically you should be having it right now. As this is going out, we should be opening it like little fangirls going, no!
Exactly. Yeah, so
I shall look
I'm
forward to seeing the
quite
messages about it.
Yeah.
I'm quite positive about these Dark Angels rules, to be perfectly honest.
I'm quite positive about them that I do not like them. I'm quite positive I don't like them.
I look forward to being upset by them.
Well,
Yeah, not in the moment, but after.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And yeah, I'm just scrolling through all of them at the minute. Also the command squad's pretty good by the looks of it. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. But probably going to wait until the range refresh in the spring next year because they'll redo most of these special models or the ones that they want to sell anyway.
And also, more importantly, add more units.
Well, and it makes sense to wait as well because, like you say, with Leviathan coming, you've got more than enough models on your hands to be.
Well, this is the thing. Like, as soon as Leviathan comes, I'll be assembling that like a little schoolboy, excited as.
You were going to say schoolgirl, weren't you?
I was, yeah. But the Lion's going to come out like the next week.
Yeah.
And then my priorities shift again. And I know we're going to talk about the orcs at some point in the future, but I still want to get some orcs done. I want to get Gaskell done for these epic hero battles.
Oh yes, is that what we're calling it? Epic hero battles.
Not that catchy, but we could do.
Should we do it as a tournament with like graphics and like pictures and then like pair them off and then?
I'd like that, but do we have enough? Well, we'll have the Lion. We've got Abaddon.
We've got Gilliman.
We've got Gilliman. You've got Belisarius Cole.
Oh, I've not yet.
That's 5.
Apparently, there's it's called the Norn Queen, which is a Tyranid Primarch equivalent that's rumored to be coming out.
Oh,
and I don't know if anyone's heard, but there's also this other Primarch called Mortarion, and he's definitely going to get purchased soon.
It's breaking news. This is breaking news.
I've decided. Basically, after successfully not getting caught up in the hype of Leviathan, because it's only a good deal if you collect those armies, right, or want to collect them. I've decided I'm better off channeling my funds into the armies I have. And really, the only thing for my Death Guard to finish it off really is Morty and a few of those little bodyguards. So I think that's the route we're going to be going down.
That sounds mighty exciting.
It is. Thank you. I'm very proud.
It's about time.
Oh, it really is. Yeah, the other thing is what helps is my local gaming store is still got it at the old, not inflated price.
You hope.
Because
I hope it's still there, dude.
Well, I hope it's still there. But when I was last in there, it was still there.
Yeah.
Because he's very nicely not updated the price because he bought it at the lower price.
Yeah,
so, which is a very honourable and respectful thing to do because he has got the opportunity just to up the price.
But you're not going to plug that local gaming store because you don't want someone else to get it before you do.
Exactly. So when I get it, I'll tell you where I got it from.
Tell it who it is, yeah. Okay, and then you'll just be like, Mortarion in the house.
That is exactly how it's going to go down.
Well, this has been fun.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I do apologise though for us using overuse of the sound effects. We're somewhat excited.
I don't apologise at all. It's awesome.
Well, one day we'll have some more sound effects.
Nice.
Coming soon to a what's this thing called? A podcast coming soon to a podcast near you, coming in your ears. A little bit of this, and a little bit of this. Hey.
And a lot of that.
And a lot of that.
Okay, I think that's a good time to wrap it up there. So, shall we thank our listeners for
Thank you.
listening to the,
Thank
our
you.
musings,
Thank
some
you.
rank amateurs musings on,
Thank you.
on the Dark Angels.
Thank you.
If you like below, we'll punch Chad.
Yeah, right. Okay, let's end it there. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank
We
you.
shall
Bye.
see you in the next one.
Thanks.